Shalom. Call halal Yahweh by Shem Shai by Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. To the confusion of face joined unto our ranks, the hopefully elect, the Akwath that are listening and learning. To you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago. And the video that I'm profiling is a video that was put up by one of the elders, by one of my mentors, all right? And Elder Tazadakbar, the true historian of the Great Millstone. And well, the truth be said, all the men of the Great Millstone are historians, but nevertheless, the elder is you know, one of my mentors, you know, as far as going into the history, learning history, and matching it up with scripture, bringing out the evidence to prove all things. But I'm going to open this with Jeremiah 16:19, and it reads, O Yahweh, my strength and my fortress and my refuge, in the day of afflictions the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanities, and things wherein there is no profit. All right, and surely they have. They've inherited lies with this. And this was a video that he did called Destroying the Myth of British Israelism. And this is basically Esau doing identity theft. Because as he mentioned in this video, in the book of Jeremiah, the same book. Matter of fact, I was right there. I could just turn. Let me go back to it and read it. What the prophet Jeremiah said about the nation of Israel and the status that they would be in. This is Jeremiah 17:4, and it reads, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. And yes, there are scriptures that says that the very people who are claiming this British Israelism are indeed the Edomites. And the scripture said that Edomites would appoint the land of Israel and the heritage of Israel unto themselves. All right. And the Bible also clearly tells you that Edom would be ruling in the end of days. So the ruling class people is Edom, not Japhet. And they're claiming Israelite heritage. That's another thing to kill the whole Japhet is Edom thing, or Japhet is the so-called white man, because there's no prophecy that says Japhet would appoint the name of Israel, the land of Israel unto themselves. It said that Edom would do that. All right, and this is a book on Ancient and Modern Britain by David McRitchie, and you see the Negro with his Edomite wife, because that was normal. That was even normal here in Americas. All right. You know, even during the time of Benjamin Franklin, until Esau took completely over. All right. But let's read an insert that was from information about Professor Boyd Dawkins. All right. And it says, Professor Boyd Dawkins, professor of genealogy, discovered black bosque all over Iberia and Europe. That means bodies. All right. And found that they matched the bosque dug up in ancient Egypt, London, Manchester, January 18th, 1879. He said that in a speech. So, proving that the Britons were the very man, the man with the kingly knighted with the crown and the kingly knight on his knightly dress, and the coat of arms that hangs behind him. Those were your Israelites. All right, because the slaves that were in Egypt, in ancient Egypt, were Israel. And he said that the same bodies that he dug up in Britain and all over Europe matched. It matched the same bodies of the slaves that were in ancient Europe. So the so-called white man, all right, which he self-prescribed himself that name in the year 1681 in Virginia. All right, that's not hearsay. That's a fact which can be proven and has been proven. All right. He's the stealer of the heritage of, he's an identity thief. So without any further ado, I'm going to play a little bit of the video of some, and let the elder do what he does. Because he also has, the elder Tazadakba also has the elder Ainap with him. And I'm gonna start around the 16th minute. And let him speak on some things, and then I'm going to bring visual facts and information to back up the facts that he's bringing out. All right, so let's do it.
Dardanus goes back to is one of the sons of Zara in the
let's
Bible.
Go back a little bit more. It got good right about there.
Begat Booz and Rechab, and Booz begat Obed of Ruth.
Boaz, right? Booz or Boaz, however you pronounce it, right? Because he dealt with Ruth.
And Obed begat Jesse, and Jesse begat David the king, and David the king begat Solomon of her that had been the wife of Urias.
Yeah, so that's just reading the line, that royal line of Judah, but you see that Zara is mentioned there in the royal line of Judah. When the brother was reading it, Zara was mentioned. The direct royal line of Judah went through Pharez. But Zara is also of the royal line of Judah also. And the sons of Zara was Solomon's chief councilman. Now, out of the sons of Zara comes Darda, or Dardanus, that is spoken of in the Greek Iliad, to whom the Trojan hierarchy descended from. So the Trojan hierarchy descended from Dardanus. Dardanus goes back is one of the sons of Zara in the Bible. Let's go back to 1 Chronicles 2 and 3 again.
Gotcha. 1 Chronicles 2 and 3. It says, the sons of Judah, and Onan and Shelah, which three were born unto him, and the daughter of Shua the Canaanites, of the daughter of Shua the Canaanites, and the firstborn of Judah was evil in the sight of the Lord, and he slew him. And Tamar his daughter-in-law bare him Pharez and Zerah. All the sons of Judah were 5. And the sons of Pharez and Hezron and Hamul, and the sons of Zerah, Zimri and Ethan, and Heman and Calcol and Dara, 5 of them in all. And the sons of Carmi, Achar, the troubler of Israel, who transgressed in the thing accursed.
Right. So that's it on that. So now, according to when you check out the Greek Iliad, again, like I said, the descendants of Troy went back to Dardanus. The name Dardanus or Darda or the Dardanians goes back to Judah right there in the Bible. Is one of the sons of Judah, out of Judah's son Zerah. So the Trojan hierarchy, which that would mean that King Priam, who was played by a white man in the movie Troy, with Brad Pitt, King Priam is supposed to be a black man. His son Paris is supposed to be a black man. Hector is supposed to be a black man. But you got white people to play these roles. Give me
let's pause it right there. All right. I actually kept the cover of that movie because that's actually one of my favorite movies, especially when you understand that there were no facts. There were no so-called pale people. There were no pale people, no Edomites in any of those battles. Everybody in those battles were melanated people. All right? You had the sons of Japhet and the sons of Israel. Could even been some Hamites mixed in there. But none of them were so-called white people. So they've got the whole world believing that the people that are over in Greece, all those pale flesh people, are the actual people that's why everyone's so confused. So here, look, here you go. The whole cast. There's the king at the bottom. All right. Hector at the top left. All right. Achilles played by Brad Pitt, Paris. All right. And that's Memnon. You see the arrow pointing to Memnon, and Memnon and his brother. Those are supposed to be as a matter of fact, his brother is supposed to be a Spartan king. So none of these people were so-called pale people. just to back the elder up, here's the actual relics from the time period. Now before I show it, let me tell you, it was 540 years before Hamashiach, Yahushai, all right, and it was 200 some years before Alexander actually came into that land and conquered it. So Esau Edom didn't get the dominion over Greece and start calling himself Greece until about 332 BC. All right, so about 200 years after the Battle of Troy is when the Edomites got dominion and it became pale. So here are the images of the relics of Memnon and his men. There's a soldier, and here's another one of Memnon. There it says, detail of the heads of Memnons and Negroes, black. See, these are the relics from the time period, from the place. All right. Now, as we're looking at these people, what you don't see are these people. And I love the way that the elder's face is so sternly frozen, you know, with that look that you give when you see bullshit. His face is kind of frozen there, like look at this bullshit. He's bringing out the facts in the history. I'm showing you the relics from the time, and these relics are still are around in the museums to this day. All right, but this is what they did in Hollywood. So when we tell you that Esau Edom is the devil, they're a liar and they whitewash history. We're speaking and telling you the truth. All right, so let's let the elder go a little bit more.
But you got so-called white people to play these roles, and you so-called white people are claiming through this term called British Israelism that you are the descendants of the Israelites, and you're not. You're the descendants of Esau. You're Edom.
That's right. Liar. Job 8:8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to search of their fathers.
Right. So we're supposed to prepare ourselves for the search of our fathers. Now, the Trojan War lasted 10 years. So now after, the Trojan horse and the Greeks breached and got in the city and burnt the walls down, the people who escaped of the Trojan hierarchy, which go back to the Dardanians, are the ones that founded Britain. They were the ones that later on had founded Britain and named the land and gave the land that name. So the word Britain
hold on.
means man of the...
It says, Crete excavation revealed that there was dark brownish people, all right, shattering Western theories of European heritage being pale-fleshed. These were the findings of Sir Arthur Sims, 1894, on Crete. All right, so Japheth and Israel, brown-skinned people, were in Europe. Once again, these were the findings of Sir Arthur Sims in 1894. So Esau has been lying and lying and lying for centuries. Okay? For centuries. Once again, let's go back. Professor Boyd Dawkins, professor of genealogy, discovered black basque, meaning bodies, all over Iberia. That Iberia is basically what you call Ireland. All right? All up and down that peninsula. So Ireland, Scotland, Britain were full of Hebrew Israelites. Brown-skinned men that looked a lot like the mighty elder that's on the screen. All right? And found that they matched the basque dug up in ancient Egypt. And where was this? Where was this given? This was in a speech given in London, in Manchester, January 18th, 1879. All right, and then a few years later, you had Sir Arthur Sims that dug up other bodies. All right, the evidence is overwhelming, man. Cognitive dissonance just kicks into play, when the truth comes out against these devils, man.
The covenant. Now, the men of the covenant, Psalms 147, 19 and 20.
And he was saying that British means men of the covenant. And the men of the covenant are the saints of Israel.
And give me Leviticus 26 and 46. Right? Because if the name Britain means covenant man or man of the covenant, who was the covenant given to? Because it wasn't given to you so-called white people. You never received the covenant. The covenant was given to the 12 tribes of Israel. It started with Abraham, and then it went to Isaac, and then it went to Jacob. See, it didn't go to Esau. Esau is Isaac's son, but it went to Jacob, not Esau.
Right. You know? So,
Psalms 147:19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
this is 2nd Ezra 6 and 27. And it reads, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched, and as for faith it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. Call halal Yahweh by Shanab Shai, by Shem Rakak Wadash, Wa Abba
Judah, because their mother
Shalom.